Jess, what exactly are the polls predicting at this stage?
I can only tell you the polls up to the last, let's say, 24 hours or so, because there's actually a break. You're not allowed to report the most current polls. What they showed up to Friday was that things were pretty much as they were in the previous election. The two main parties are neck and neck. That's Benjamin Netanyahu and the new centrist blue and white party headed by a former IDF general, Benny Gantz. Then they had 35 seats each. Now they have 32 seats each. The kingmaker, the man who will decide between them, the man who no one can rule without, is Avigdor Lieberman, a former Russian immigrant, a very right-wing man who has now, I suppose you'd say, fallen out with the Prime Minister. So he's not going to necessarily vote for him as you'd expect him to. And what Israeli analysts are saying, that it's like World War I. The operations go on, you're in the trenches and nothing much changes.
And as you just mentioned there, this election, though, is as much about that massive rivalry that exists currently between Netanyahu and his once close ally, Lieberman, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That is right. And it's almost like a tale out of Shakespeare, because Lieberman used to be not only his chief of staff, he was his brother in arms with him at the very start of Netanyahu's journey. And along the way, they fell out a little. Lieberman formed his own party away from the Likud. And now you would have to say it's all out enmity. What Avigdor Lieberman wants is a state that is more secular. What Netanyahu says is that his natural allies are the ultra-Orthodox parties. And so they're headed for a breach over that. And in fact, what Lieberman says is that he wants the Likud party without Netanyahu, so without the ultra-Orthodox and without its current head, Israel's longest-serving Prime Minister.